This show is an opinion-based show. The opinions expressed here are of the person who expressed them and not a reflection of how League Gaming or its staff speaks or thinks. This show is for mature audience.
You know what? Fuck that. You guys get so butthurt about this show and our opinions. I don't even know why I bother putting a disclaimer. You pulled the mercy card once, just contact him when you get butthurt, cause it's coming.
Are you still here? The other mic was never working.
Ow.
That's what happens when the one twin tries to eat the other.
Burying them in KFC and Cheetos.
Throw them on the floor? Hi!
That's entertainment, but nobody wants to see your balls.
Welcome to the LG Doghouse. I'm your host, Sir Mike Knight. With me, as always, Waxy Bono.
What's up, guys? This is the only chance you're going to get to hear me as I serve my comm band for LG. Hashtag free wax.
And by mercy and grace.
I recommend we counter trend don't free wax. Hashtag don't free wax, please.
Whoa, whoa.
She can't even hear you.
Somebody agrees with you totally.
That's
100% mercy.
I'm recording, babe.
Mikey, I go.
Excellent timing. 10 out of 10.
Great
Good job,
timing.
Mike's wife.
Yeah.
No, said bigger loser.
Bigger loser. All right. Oh, by mercy and grace is a bigger loser.
Ouch. I mean, you're not wrong.
That's what my 4-year-old said.
No, he's not wrong.
And he just turned 4 today.
Not wrong. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, little man.
They say
You
happy
run the
birthday.
house.
Mikey, you hear him?
Anyway.
Daddy's happy.
Why? He says.
Because it's your birthday, you goober.
Anyway. We've got a good show, but we're gonna have to start on a sad point here. As you all know, Thursday I announced on Thursday Night Throwdown that Doc was in a really bad car accident. We have since received some updates. This is all from his roommate. So he has come out of surgery. He said he's probably going to be here for a while. He isn't 100% stable because of his low blood pressure. But he is alive and he's going to stay alive. He hasn't woken up yet, but I will make sure he knows everyone wished him well when he does. Thanks for your prayers and kind words. He ended up with a punctured lung and a partially ruptured kidney that were fixed. Broken ribs, which is what caused the partially ruptured kidney and the punctured lung. Fluid in his lungs and around his brain. He's going to have a very bad concussion for a while. He may not have all his memory for a while, stuff like that. His brain was bleeding slightly. Broken arm and ankle have screws in them and in a sling. And now, of course, because of the collarbone, she's terrible at typing. He also has a couple spinal fractures in the L vertebrae. Doctor said he will not be walking or talking for some time, but he is in a risk for paralysis. They don't, unless there's further trauma. Overall, he will heal over a very long time with lots of meds, which I'm sure he's happy about, and PT. He has to have another surgery next week on his ankle. It was pulverized, the doctor said. The doctor actually used the word pulverized.
Yeah, that's...
What ended up happening was what they discerned was that the drunk driver came over the median going 65 miles an hour and hit Gage while he was going 55. The other driver was killed on impact with a broken neck. Both cars rolled over quite a while, and Doc rolled into a tree over a bank. Car looked like a ball after. So they were saying that he couldn't walk and talk for a while. He has beat those odds because this is dictated. He can't really hold his phone, but this was dictated, and this got Mercy laughing so freaking hard.
10 out of 10.
Yeah.
I mean, tip my cap to Doc for this, bud.
All right, here we go. Haha, motherfuckers, you can't get rid of me. I'm immortal. On a quick serious note, before I pass out again, I don't even know where to begin, and it hurts to even try to think right now, so I'll keep it brief. I just want you guys to know I fucking love you all, and I've been brought to tears like a little bitch from the outreach from all you boys in the league. Please know I'm gonna be just fucking dandy, boys, and I'll be back to yelling at you all soon. I don't know what this talk about some GoFundMe is, but save your money, boys. That's absurd. I'm not that kind of man. The only support I need is the love you all have shown me. Thank you, and I'll talk to you guys again soon. Kick some ass for me this week, boys. I'll try to be watching games when I can. Love you guys, Bear Country. Obviously, he's on the Hershey Bears.
That's amazing, dude. That's probably the single most boss response that you could have to a drunk driver hitting you at 65 miles an hour and basically breaking your body in half, maybe even into 3/4.
That response came from Soak, who is up at Hershey with him. So we wish Doc a very speedy recovery. It sucks because he was literally just taken off ban from media. His media ban was up.
On his way home.
On his way home
to
do Thursday Night Throwdown, and he was super excited to do it. And he was going to take the lead because Davos was indisposed. He was so excited to do this, and it just sucks that he ended up not being able to. But I hope that he can come back soon.
Well, since he can talk again, maybe we can get a segment from him in the hospital one of these weeks. He's gonna be there a while.
Yeah, unfortunately, it sounds like he's gonna be in there for quite a while. But he's tough as nails, and he's fucking immortal. So
if any movie has told me anything, it takes just about 10 minutes of a nice little montage in order to recover from anything.
We definitely need a good Rocky montage.
A 10 minute Doc montage.
Oh boy.
So
maybe that's what we can open with next season, The Road to Recovery. And
Right.
it's just a montage of Doc.
Hashtag pray for Doc. Yep. That's all I have to say about that. Let's go on to another pissed off note. All right.
Because why not?
And I'm calling it the reschedule ridiculousness. Everybody knows Tuesday there was an Xbox issue with all digitally downloaded content. It was especially bad for people who game shared, which I game share with Quinn.
I game share.
Yeah. Both my goalies game share, so that's fun. But we could not get half our guys on. The issue was if you weren't already in the game, playing the game, you could not load up the game due to Xbox issues. And my fucking God, was that ridiculous to try to get reschedules.
I mean, only for you. That's why you're calling it rescheduled ridiculousness. We were fine.
I wasn't the only one. I mean, Jet mentioned something too about having trouble getting reschedules in. But I mean, people, Thursdays it's tough because everybody schedules around their LG games. Nobody expects to play Thursday.
Nobody does. And people that are playing league hockey on Thursday are usually in an X1 game or some other league that runs on a Thursday.
Right. Or playing the TNT.
Yes.
But I think the hardest one was Windsor. It was ridiculous. And that's why the gentleman agreement came up, because I was just done talking to Betty Lou. Like, I was just done. Like, he had already tried for a forfeit before the league said we will not accept forfeit. I don't take forfeits. Like, I don't give out forfeit. I hadn't met a team before that I would want to give out forfeits.
And I don't even think it's so much the team, it's management. When you got to deal with somebody who's just so unbending. From what you told me, it just sounded like we're going to do it at this time only, and if you can't make it, we're catching a forfeit. Well, isn't it supposed to be, on both sides?
I'm like, how about Thursday at 9? No, I don't agree. This is what he kept saying. I don't agree. Like, Thursday at 9:30, I don't agree. Thursday at 10, I don't agree. Thursday at 10:30, I don't agree. Like, fuck, dude. Like, I can't do it earlier than 9. I had 2 guys that were going to a meet and greet with the Washington Capitals.
Nice.
That's a pretty good excuse to not come to an LG game, to be fair.
Right, I'm not going to force them to. I'd be like, hey, and freaking Ovechkin, go for it, bro.
Absolutely. I have issues with 8:32. I've got a couple of guys on my team that are parents, and 2 of them are parents that are in Mountain Time. So 8:30 is 6:30 there. It just doesn't happen. I understand not being able to.
I have a hard time playing 8:30. My kid's bedtime is 8.
Yeah, I don't play 8:30. Guts plays every 8:30 game so I can get my kid to bed.
Yeah, I mean, I have had to schedule myself for a couple 8:30s, but I try not to.
Absolutely.
Like, if I have nobody else, then yeah, I'm going to have to schedule myself. But I have to. Because my kid's bedtime's at 8. I don't like having my wife do it herself so that I play a game.
Well, where was his bedtime last night in the middle of Thursday night?
His bedtime is whenever the hell he feels like. My oldest 2, bed at 8.
Boom, done. The little one runs the house.
Man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, seeking out a forfeit to me is just not in the cards. I don't remember what team it was, but we gave them like 25 minutes to a half hour. And we ended up playing the game. Like, I don't like to take forfeit. I don't.
Well, Mercy brought up a good point, pre-game about how some people, want to win at all costs. What was it you were saying?
Yeah, I think the comment that was made when I said that was like, nobody wants to take a forfeit. That's not true. Like, this is a competitive league, and at the end of the day, it is about winning. Even though that's shitty, and I'm not saying that's a good way to look at it, but it is also like, that's kind of comes with the territory of playing competitive gaming, is that you're going to run into people that don't care about playing fair, they care about winning.
Yeah.
And that's part of the territory.
Yeah, I mean, with all the second tags, I mean, just look at all the second tags we had last season. We had one guy going up to the AHL teams asking them to call up people on other teams. Like, yeah, I mean, I guess as far as that goes, I would rather see forfeits given. But
super serious fake Xbox hockey.
Yeah, I'd rather none of it happen, because I mean, at the end of the day, it's a video game.
But at the end of the day, it's a competitive league. That's where I draw the line. Like, yes, it's a video game, but most of the people that play LG, especially those in management, most of us take it, pretty seriously.
Yeah, I'm not saying I don't take it seriously. I absolutely take it seriously. I mean, I'm trying to win, but I'm trying to win by playing. Yeah.
And there's a difference between the people that are very dead serious about winning in game and very dead serious about leveraging
Yeah.
Yeah, leveraging whatever they can to win. And let's be fucking real here. Like if it came down like you're in a playoff game, game 7, and you have a chance to take a forfeit and it'd be 100% in the rules, would you take it?
It depends. How long have I been waiting? Because I'm not. If we're talking, okay, rule states 15 minutes, it's a forfeit. He needs an extra 2. No.
Let's say it's been 20 minutes. You can take the forfeit.
Yeah, I'll take it.
You're taking it?
20 minutes. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like
I'm on the fence.
I know.
Everyone likes to say they want to play by the rules.
Honestly, I probably unless he's gonna come in like 30 seconds. I mean, I give leeway.
No, but I hear what Mercy's saying. For me, I would be on the fence. I want to win, but my biggest thing is the reason I love Smurf is because he wants to play people that are supposed to be good and wants to beat them. It depends on who's the manager across the way. Medicine Hat, come. All right, I'm taking a forfeit at 16 minutes. But if it's one of the guys that, you know, I've had a good relationship with, you know, for this entire season and seasons past, I'm going to give them 20 minutes. I'm going to give them 25 minutes. Those guys, have gotten together. He does
make a good point there. He does make.
Yeah, they've gotten together.
I mean, it depends. It does depend on who it is. It honestly does. Because if it's a guy that has cut me slack all season, yes,
you got to like I understand what some of these managers go through. My fiance hates that I put this much time into it, but I spend about an hour and a half a day dealing with my team.
Oh, dude, I'm sitting there at work dealing with my team, dude.
So am I, but you know.
Oh, that's the only reason why I took management is because my job allows me to get on the internet like almost all day. So like I'm sitting there researching, okay, trying to make trades, you know, like Sunday's my big day because there's nothing going on Sundays when I go in. I go in at 9 a.m. and I will sit there and I will bust out some trades. Like that's what I do. Anyway, I think we beat this to death.
I was gonna say, speaking of forfeits.
Yeah. Let's talk about McKnight and his thread about Jet. For those who don't know, because of the issues on Tuesday, Jet rescheduled the game, and according to McKnight, it was illegal. Go ahead. Mercy.
So I'm going to be playing the role of FST McKnight. So I just want everyone to know that Jet illegally played a rescheduled game on Wednesday between... If people had read the rules, they would know that it should have been rescheduled on Thursday. I literally knew that before I checked the rules and talked to TRT Spartan 37, the Bog, who didn't know the rules. CJ Wagon 1028 didn't know as well. It's so sad that no one knows the rules in this league, and I want to be the person who helps encourage people to learn those rules and to help the league get better. In situations where both teams are having connection issues, the managers on call from both teams could file a formal reschedule request in the Action Center or via PM. Both teams need to be aware that the official reschedules are hosted within the same week of play on Thursdays. Therefore, if agreement to reschedule cannot be agreed on, the Bog will move the game to its time slot on Thursday of the Bog's choice. Also, in certain situations where major server issues, either with EA, Xbox, and PSN, the league reserves the right to reschedule league games at LG McDonald, at Xeno, at Golden Aces, at Nextski, at Lang, and a screenshot of the rules.
Well, I am reading the part of XJet X, Ojetchkin, Memcup Champ, King of Wheat, owner of the Yeet Kings, and Chirper.
Okay, go ahead.
You are adorable. Imagine taking a loss to jet it forward and then going on a witch hunt to find an excuse as to why you could only muster 2 minutes time on attack in 4 periods. Maybe next time you go to shitpost, you should get all of the facts before you look even stupider than normal. Both of my reschedules were handled by the Bogs and opposing management on the site. If you notice, the games were legitimately moved to the new time slots on Wednesday. Did you think I did that in Photoshop? Or did you assume that I just logged in with my special owner powers and just moved the games all by my little McKnight ass-kicking self? If I was you, I would spend less time trying to find loopholes in the rulebook and more time in practice trying to understand how face-offs work. maybe less time in the shell box and more time learning your defensive positioning. Congratulations on your 2 points per game and your 2 losses per week. You're a beaut.
So this thread goes on for a while, and McKnight just keeps going back at this rule. He says, one of the last things he said, first of all, I know you don't know the rules and clearly won't check. And you got owner before, LMAO. So, therefore, anyone that didn't check the first screenshot, here's the second one for you people that know nothing in the league. Now, he's trying to call everybody out for knowing nothing in the league, but let me point out, okay, because he posted the exact wording of the rule, right? It's verbatim the exact wording of the rule in his first post. Let me just point out the one part. Therefore, if an agreement to reschedule cannot be agreed upon, the BOG will move the game to the time slot on Thursday of the BOG's choice. And he keeps saying that there's some rule that states you can't play a game 30 minutes before a game. That's not a fucking rule.
He was talking, his major point...
Hold on, real quick. Mercy knows the rule book better than anybody. Mercy, is that a rule?
Not that I'm aware of.
His point was he was trying to say that there must be a minimum of 45 minutes in between games.
It's not a rule.
Yep. He was like, oh, that's why they schedule them at 8:30, 9:30. Like, I get need for... It's not a rule. It's just a need.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, you're pissed off you lost a game. And, yeah. I mean, that's it.
You look bad. You got banned. You took an L.
Anyone that's sitting here like, wait, McKnight's right. There's a very specific wording in the rule where it says it has to be on Thursdays. And it's official reschedules. Both needs to be aware that official reschedule. Official reschedule is a game where the Bogs had to step in and manually force a reschedule where both teams couldn't agree. If both teams agree on a reschedule, then the Bogs don't get involved on deciding when and where it happens. That's just the way it is.
Well, I mean, the Bogs the Bogs decide where it happened.
Well, it happens in the fucking game. I challenge you to goddamn hopscotch to solve our LG game, Mike. You're going fucking down. I average 3 hops a game, bitch.
It can only be a LAN game. You have to do versus now at my house. Oh, I'm sorry. You live in Colorado? Fly on out, buddy.
Oh, man. So, yeah, McKnight looks pretty fucking dumb in that.
Yeah, and now he's sitting on a 1-month ban because I guarantee you that after that he got uppity in PMs with the Bogs. And
100%.
Like, all right, you're done.
Yep, 100%. Oh my gosh. When I went in just, when we were doing the pregame and I saw that he was banned, I was giggling to myself. I think we're
let's digress. So I've been bringing this up for a couple seasons now and it still has not happened. So speaking of Bogs, I'm going to call out the top dog in LG McDonald and his buddy Tris. Yes, I still do that, Mercy.
Do he.
Do the he every time I say Tris.
Why?
Because I just the first few episodes he would post, I love this show, blah 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 blah, and I just every time I mentioned his name, I just picture him giggling like a little Japanese schoolgirl. So,
well, you're not big enough anymore, dude. All Tris does is sit in the NHL shout box in the morning.
To be fair, that's all he ever did. So,
we need to take our talents on the road. Let's get this all the way up there, all the way to the end, boys.
And the end needs media too. They just will laugh at you because they have no idea who the fuck you are.
Yeah.
That's fine.
So anyway, LG shop. We need LG merch, and we need a section for the DogHouse. Okay, I was forced to take my store down and not advertise it anymore because they had a plan in place in a month or so to put up an LG shop. That was last season.
Sounds like it's been more than a month, if you ask me.
Where is the LG shop? We've got so many ideas that we would love to put into place, but we're waiting on the LG shop because technically we're an official LG show and we can't sell our own merch.
Well, why can't we get one of them in here for an interview? You can ask the tough questions directly, Sir Mike Knight.
I challenge you, Triss. I challenge you to appear in the DogHouse.
Has he ever appeared on the DogHouse?
Yeah. Yeah, he has. All right, let's move on to the DogHouse.
Okay,
Mercy,
cool.
who's in the DogHouse?
It's going to be my shortest DogHouse ever. All right? My DogHouse is Mr. Worldwide 69.
Oh, damn it.
No!
Shut the fuck up.
Okay. I'm going to expand on that a little bit because my DogHouse is also Mr. Worldwide.
What?
Yeah. I'm live last night on TNT. Dinkus could back me up on this. And he is sitting there sending me PM after PM after PM asking to be on the show. Just constantly PMing me in the middle of me doing the freaking show. My phone is blowing up with LG messages because he keeps PMing me. I haven't responded to a freaking one of them. Dude, knock it the fuck off. Keep your shit to the fucking forum. Don't involve me in my fucking media.
That's fair.
Period. Don't mess me up while I'm trying to provide something for the fucking league and you're just sitting there PMing me over and over again. That's what the chat box in the freaking Twitch is for. Use that. Rant over. Waxy, who's in the DogHouse?
I gotta go with Vahi, however you say your name. You're a scumbag, but you baited me into it. Now I'm serving my 30-day ban. I'm putting you in the DogHouse, and Edmonton is going to continue to trash your team. I'm a first-time offender. You guys give me a 30-day ban for the C word, even after I apologized live on the DogHouse last time. And we continued to have a conversation afterwards. Didn't seem like a personal attack if you take all of the screenshots, into account. Banning me from the LG forums and those, the website and stuff that I can take. But removing me from the CHL Discord, the LG Discord, where I do all of my business, game time, management chat, owner chat, trade chats, it just makes me have to work 10 times harder, and it's not good for the league. There's got to be some happy medium.
Fair enough. Fair enough. All right. Let's move into predictions.
They're not way too early anymore. It's the not so early prediction these days.
It's not so early prediction.
Yep.
We'll call it that. Wax.
I am going to pick who I think is going to win each of the divisions, starting with the Q. My personal favorite right now is the Acadie Bathurst Titan. I think the Shawinigan Cataracts are coming down a little bit, especially with Sean Avery catching his ban. They've got 54 points. They're 2 points behind the Sea Dogs. And I just like that they're rolling their lines and getting wins and doing all the right stuff. So that's who I think is going to get the number 1 seed in the queue. As far as the O goes, Bulldogs still. They are really on top of that division by 10 points over the Steelheads. There's not much there. O, still between the Attack and the Royals. So let's go with Victoria Royals. It's a good one. And of course, in my division, I'm gonna I'm going to go ahead and say the Saskatoon Blaze are going to be the ones that end up.
Let me stop you right there, because it's the Bulldogs and the Attack are both in the O. The Royals are in the W.
Oh, did I? Oh, yeah. No, I totally went from Q and didn't say what they were in, huh? Ugh. All right. So for the OHL, I'm going to say the Bulldogs. They're, 10 points ahead of the second place team, which is the Steelheads. In the OHL Western, you got Owen Attack, who is just far and away, 14 points above your favorite team, the Windsor Spitfire. So you got the WHL Western. Again, another team, the Royals, are 12 points ahead of the Americans and 4 points ahead of the Giants. WHL, I want to go ahead for the Eastern. I want to go ahead and say the Saskatoon Blades. They've got probably the 3 most solid lines, in our division. Top to bottom, I like their team the best.
All right. Mercy.
I'm not going to go a gigantic prediction like that. I'm doing one. And they are
same.
my personal pick. And I really like the way they're playing. And that is the St. John Sea Dogs. Defense wins championships, people. And they're tied with the lowest goals allowed in the league. And I'm always going to throw that up there. Good goaltending and good defense will win you championships than just racking up a ton of points against shitters.
Yeah, I mean, the team closest to them would be Shawinigan. But most of the other teams are up in the 80s. Owen Sound are tied. Bulldogs at 69. Yeah, most of the other ones are in the 80s, except for Saskatoon and Brandon and Medicine Hat. But I'm gonna go with the team that we saw yesterday on TNT. Probably 3 days ago. By the time this show comes out. The Bay Komu Drakkar. I like the way that they played against Shawinigan. I mean, I don't care if it was Shawinigan's top line. They were supposed to lose that game. And they played with patience. And they played some outstanding hockey. And if they can continue to do that against top teams, I mean, it's very tight race up there in the top of the queue. They can play like that against top teams. They could absolutely take the division.
Yeah, Mercy, I didn't even realize that they were that far and away, the best defensive team. 60 goals at this point.
Well, they're not. They're tied.
They're tied. There's 3 other teams that are up there, but I think St. John is going to win that one because I feel like the Q's a little bit better skill-wise than the rest of the divisions. And they've got almost 15 more goals scored than Owens, and they've got a better record than the Cataracts. Just barely, but they have one. Literally 1 point away.
Right.
Yeah. But the Shawinigan is definitely, they're starting to regress. No, they're starting to regress. They came out with one loss in 2 weeks, 3 weeks.
If we're talking about graphics having an injury that's preventing him from actually playing, then
that's a huge loss if he really is out. Yeah, because graphics is right up there on the goalies. He's
not out, but he's just not himself. He has a bruised wrist or something that's preventing him from really playing to the best visibility, and that's going to hurt them if they can't get that defense in shape.
Imagine having to actually talk about injuries on Xbox Hockey. I love that.
I know, right?
That's great.
Not so great for Doc. Pray for Doc.
Pray for Doc, guys.
So we're going to cut into a new segment that Waxy and I have been mulling over for a little bit now. It's called Prove Me Wrong. Waxy, you want to explain this one?
All right. So Mike and I are going to pick out a player or a team, and we are going to ask you something to prove us wrong on. Mike started in on Golden Aces when we were talking about it, and said
an
Golden
example.
Aces, just as an example, Golden Aces is going to lose 2+ games this week, 2 or more games this week. Prove me wrong.
Yep. So that's the example that we're giving, and we want you to prove us wrong. So, Waxy, do you have yours?
Yeah, let me get to it real quick. Because there's that's a new. What is it? What did I do? Got way too many friggin' things open. Oh no, Vancouver. So their top line is absolutely far and away just killing it right now. But they have 2 of the highest paid players in Soto and CM together. And I don't think they can win apart. Prove me wrong. Get me 2 wins by splitting them up from each line. Don't give me a $15 million line. Prove me wrong.
Ouch. Making people split up lines. Oh, man. He coming right out of the box with that shit. All right.
Nope.
Mine's a little bit different. Moose Jaw Warriors. Started out pretty decent. Let me get their actual
Week by week.
Yeah, let me get their actual week by week here. And or are we calling them Misja?
Oh, absolutely.
Or is that
That's the plural, the Mish Jaw.
Or is that
Mises.
just Meesehead?
Mises.
Mises?
Yeah.
The Mises.
The
I like it.
The Mises
plural.
Jaws.
The Mises.
Say that again, Mercy.
The Mises Jaws.
The Mises Jaws. Oh, I love it. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm having trouble getting there week by week, but
They started out slightly above average. They were 5-4, 5-4.
Yeah, I mean they started out decent. I mean we have Golden Aces in the chat in the little freaking thing every week saying, "Oh, I'm 3-0, I'm 6-0, oh, I'm."
Not anymore. He's not.
Yeah, he stopped saying that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he did. He did stop saying that. I predict that the Moose Jaw Warriors will fall out of the playoff race this week. Prove me wrong.
Calling out the whole team. I just called out 2 players.
Mm-hmm.
And it may not be 50 million. I think it's like 13.25. But my point remains.
Mercy, you want to
You
get
know-
into this?
I don't know, man. Like, I'm still laughing at. I do want to talk about Waxy's thing though. The whole this line is really good. Split them up for me. Like, what owner in the right fucking mind is going to be like, yes, media man and other owner, let me do that.
They're not in my division. It's
I
not
would-
like I'm
I
asking
would-
them to
I
take
would-
a dive.
I would literally laugh you out of this goddamn website if you asked me to do that.
You can try.
I wasn't expecting him to do something like that, but hey, it's his segment. He can do whatever he wants. We do not have top forward D goal this week. We were supposed to record yesterday, but my voice was completely shot, and Quinn would have been here instead of Mercy, so he did not prepare anything for us.
Yeah,
So-
that's what I was going to say right before Mercy went. I was going to be like, Golden Aces is going to be really pissed at you
Yeah.
because you called him out and he's not here to defend himself.
Yeah.
Well, honestly, when we first did this, I wanted to call out one of my own players, but, Mercy had at me last week, so I've been pretty good this time around. I don't mean to be a homer, but like we said, all I really know is my own team right now, so...
So
I'm
Mercy,
getting better.
you want to get in on this or no? No. All right. So, if there's nothing else, anybody got anything else? No, I got nothing. All right, guys, get your mail tap questions in and down in the comments below. We will do mail time next week and prove me wrong. Waxy, are you sure there's nothing else you wanted to do?
No. I'll come up with another thing if they don't respect my request. Which I don't think they're gonna do.
All right.
I wouldn't.
I thought there was something else that you brought up that you wanted to have a prove me wrong about, but that's okay. We won't remind you.
Sir Mike Knight, it looks like your entire family is right there behind you. It looks like you live in a one-room house. I bet you live in an efficiency with all your kids and your wife. Prove me wrong. I think you only have one room.
Well,
I've
all
seen
right.
his other room though.
Wrong.
Oh, this is
I've never seen his other room.
This is not the same house.
Oh, it's not the same house.
Mm-mm.
Oh, then I haven't seen the other rooms then.
I will prove you wrong in the next episode as we do, and I guess that we're doing an episode of LG Doghouse Cribs.
Yes.
Where
Yes.
I'll show you the rest of my house, maybe my cars. Who knows? Well, that's all the time we have for this episode of the LG Doghouse. From myself, Waxy Bono, and by Mercy and Grace, LG. Vape away.
Mike's filling up his whole house with smoke.